So we are looking at that grand, not the grand finals, but the upper bracket finals here. Between Niek and Ed and Soloz and Vwwww. The long, oh wait, the preview is pink for me, yes, for me. Because I messed up my render.
Beacon detected.
So Ed top left, Soloz top right. Matt gonna be bottom right, and then Niek bottom left. So gonna be left versus right. Vwww's already saying to switch it up here. Yep. So apparently the only reason why they're switching it up is to deal with that Vwww's actually taking bottom right so many times. Let me do another ping here just to right here, and Ed versus Vwww's and Soloz now. Okay. Yep, left is right. See, Vwww's already going air before the war factory. So the air is gonna go immediately down to bottom left. Meanwhile, the drone from Ed going all the way to bottom right to get onto Soloz here. Let's get into that Rhino. It's gonna slow down that zero rush a bit more. The drone from Niek not the best there. Now Ed can put on pressure onto Vwww's. Ed against Vwww's, that will be a very good match that we're gonna see. The drone gonna get into the flag there. Oh, gets into the Rhino instead. Was it? What? I saw that flag being targeted there, so I'm not sure why it didn't go into that flag, went to the Rhino instead. But Ed now putting on the pressure. He's on 2 minus here. Vwww's defending with sentry guns. Soloz as well. His sentry gun is there along with that pillbox. Soloz to switch down bottom right can do some pressure as well onto Niek. Drone from Vwww's goes top right. There is a flag ready for that Rocky. There's the ping as well. So Niek and Soloz still going at it here. Pretty even. Soloz just at 1 Rhino advantage with the reinforcements as well. He's on 4 minus here, Niek. Ed is on 4 as well after rebuilding. Vwww's is on 3. So he's down a minor here compared to everyone else. Looks like Vwww's is gonna camp here. He is known to be a really good camper and then being offensive whenever he needs to. Just like Latov actually, which is why when both of them teamed up for a 2v2, it didn't really work out too well. Similar playstyles. It sometimes can work, but in that kind of situation where both players are campers, maybe not the best one out there. And they're up against Gene and Tim as well, which is not great. Soloz there, getting the upper hand of Niek with some great tank control. Niek's tank control not the best there. He's gonna retreat to his teammate. No, sorry, not to his teammate, but to Soloz's teammates.
Beacon detected.
And now Soloz telling, being told there to go onto the left side here so they can double up onto Ed. So Niek does not have enough units to deal with Soloz at the moment. He can deal with the split immediately, Soloz. It looks like he is going to do that precisely. And the rest of the runners could probably go in at the back into Niek's space. So it looks like he's gonna pressure on the double here. Soloz just his tank control and not microing his tank to go along or the other side away from that cliff. Niek's tank controls are not doing great. The pedal from Vwww's now into Niek's space. Pretty heavy. Now the double is gonna happen onto Ed here. Niek is gonna leave his base unguarded. The split from Soloz down going bottom left as well. Ed trying to push in here with the Desos. Does get the MCV out of the way. Niek is now getting hit. Niek desperately trying to defend Ed right now. The tank control is not great. The conga line is there. Looks like Vwwww's defense against Ed as well. So he's gonna win this fight there and do a lot of damage onto Niek. Ed now pulling back. That gives those Vwwww an opportunity to push in, but it does not work. And the elite goes down as well. What's up, Codazor? I haven't changed the title yet, I just realized. So the reinforcement from Soloz can go in and do some damage here, but Vwwww's playing the name of the game. Good micro there from Soloz to pull back the damage elite. He's just waiting and leaving Soloz to do the most of the damage here. It looks like he did do a lot of damage onto Niek. However, Niek does rebuild. And both Soloz and Matt does not have an MCV. So that's about not incoming. Soloz gonna be reinforced here with the Rockies from Vwwww's. No NTR at all. Niek does sell his MCV. So Ed is the only one remaining with his MCV here. And they're still going at it. Soloz and Vwwww's. Soloz and Niek, sorry. Soloz gonna have to micro and target each of those rhinos there because of the fodder from Niek. Top right. Damage still ongoing here. The Rockies now can come in after the flag has been dealt with. And Niek now with an elite of his own seems to have gained back the advantage and put Soloz back here. The elite does go down and his miners are getting hit. So where did this all go wrong? Look at the number of rhinos, the grizzly, sorry, that Vwwww's has. It did go down. It looks like Soloz is getting bested there from Niek. The Rockies from Vwwwww should be actually hitting the war factories there onto Niek, but I'm not sure what happened there. Quantities are being spammed out now. Looks like Soloz does recover. The refinery does go down. Niek's eco is still holding on. Sub Luke. No worries about it. Gene, what the fuck is that question? What? Yeah, Niek did lose his elite. Slow just microwaved away. What the fuck, Gene? That was uncalled for. Ed and Vwwwww still going at it here. Ed does have the advantage, obviously, with that refineries and the MCV.
Our ally is under attack.
The fight between Soloz and Niek here, absolutely amazing. It does go back and forth now, each of them getting an elite bullfan previously. But it looks like Soloz is on the offensive here. Sentry guns does help in that defense. And the power drop along the back door there will get the power out of the way. Ed is now low power. And Vwwww's can now hit the remaining miners from Ed here. It's gonna have to be careful along the elites. The Rockets actually doing a lot of work. The flag from Niek now incoming. Vwwwww just have to be careful that it's gonna die for that refinery. So Ed is now permanently broke. He's gonna have to sell a couple buildings here just to fund another miner, or sorry, he can't fund another miner, to to fund a couple of units here. Soloz and Vwwww's now. Soloz pulling in all of his miners to deal with Niek. The elite flag comes out here, but it looks like Ed will lose to Vwwww's here, pulling in the miners. And the last runner goes down. That should be it for Ed. Good night, Ed, says Vwwww's. S4 is Sandstorm Luke. His name is Luke. Oh, there it goes. Another elite comes up, but immediately goes down again. Soloz and Niek, they're still pretty even going at it. Soloz he does have one miner mining. But Vwwww's not sure be able to come in and help Soloz against Niek. Ed has been defeated. And Niek as well. Last Rhino does go down. What a first game here. Absolutely amazing first game. GG's all around. And 1-0. How? I have no idea. Dude, there's so much going on there. So fucking much. If you're wondering when the Marco Woody final is, put in the command that you see in the stream title. If not, someone else will do it for you. Sick of saying it over and over again. Alright, second game here. So Niek down on the left. Soloz up top. Vwww's down in right side and Ed down bottom. So it is going to be top right versus bottom left. So Vwww's clearly taking the lead here in the pair. It's Marco Woody final. I want to see Marco in the 2v2. I might set the show match with him actually. I haven't seen him in the 2v2 for a long time. So Vwww's gonna go air. And I believe Soloz is gonna go 0. I think so. Soloz will try to drone Ed. And there's that flag out from Niek immediately after. So no flag out of Ed just yet. Knowing that Vwww did go air. And went 0 as well. I mean, he went air. No war factory out just yet. Comes the Rockies now along with a couple of Grizzlies. 2- for Vwww. Ed can go on the offensive here. He's gonna go and get that out the way. Niek as well coming in. Soloz will have to pick up the pace here. Sorry, that's Soloz actually, not Vwww. The drone does go in. So Ed does get droned. And Soloz coming in to help defend here. Let's keep it to the English only in chat, please. Thank you very much. So Soloz coming to help defend there. Niek now pushing into Soloz. Ed does get the flag out. But Soloz is looking to backdoor here. Onto Niek. Look at the air army coming in from Vwww's. Absolutely devastating. So Soloz does get 1 miner down. And he's gonna go onto Ed now after backdooring Niek. It does have a couple units in base as well. Soloz does have the micro ability to control 2 groups at once. So if he does get pushed in by Niek, he does have an army to defend here while he's backdooring Ed. Good dodge there from Ed. So there you go, Niek coming in. And then Soloz backdooring once again. And surprisingly, Soloz actually out-tanks Niek there, even though Soloz does have a split ongoing. Miners are going down here. 1 goes down. Second one should go down here. Soloz should be able to push in, but he is busy. Niek getting the best of him there. Some good tank control after Soloz was busy microing. Ed and Vwww's still going at it. Niek now dealing with that split. 2 miners go down. The third one should go down here. But Soloz is in trouble. Unfortunately, Vwww's can't do anything about that. Last war factory goes down for Soloz. He does not have a MCV or a war factory now. He did get a couple miners out though. I think he took 2 or 3 of Niek's miners down. So Vwww's out as well. No MCV. He's getting some damage onto Ed too, but not much going on here. Soloz is out of the game. He's gonna push in out the last bit of his units along with a couple miners. Niek is gonna expand down to top left. But seems like Vwwww is getting a hold onto Ed here. He's gonna trounce his way onto Niek. Soloz out backdooring Ed, gonna get that miner out the way. Soloz should be supporting here with his infantry, or just capture Niek's MCV and rebuild his war factory. The Soloz is gonna come in now. He did push back there. Vwwww surely is gonna go down. War factory from Niek does go down, but at the expense of his units. Yeah, I think Vwwww just suicided there, thinking that Niek did not have an MCV. Should have used that engineer to capture that war factory there, Soloz. Because Niek did not have anything to defend there. Niek's MCV might go down here. If Soloz die for it, it'll be absolutely worth it. Ed now pushing onto Soloz. Soloz definitely will go down here. I don't think Vwwww can he hold against this? I don't think so.
Our ally is under attack.
Ed, too many units there, too much tank control. MCV top left does go down, but Niek does rebuild his war factory beforehand.
Our ally is under attack.
And down it goes. Vwwww calling GG. Soloz goes down as well. Score is 1-all. If Netflix forfeits, you're gonna play Legend and J-Card. To make engineer. Gene, just tell Netflix to DM me. Or just send me some proof that you have Netflix's agreement to forfeit as well. So the rather distant top left you have Vwwww, top right there's Ed, and bottom left there's Niek. Bottom right Soloz. So corners here. Hey no, yeah, corners. Review noises. Is that a 2v2? Why don't you make a 2v2 Arabian Oasis? Sarah. That'll be pretty pog actually. Imagine a 2v2 Arabian Oasis. If you just make bottom left and top right spot as well. That might be pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, Arabian Oasis. 2v2. Oh, dude, Saram, get on it, dude. Make it. Or just like, I'll just pressure bug to make one. Now make Arabian Oasis a 2v2 map. And then we'll test it out for you.
Under attack.
Alright, it's like Ed does get drone. He does go one miner. The drone does get saved. Yeah, dude, just do it. Just do it. I want to see it. Okay, looks like I do have confirmation that Netflix saying forfeit. So it looks like Steve and Luke, you are through to the next round. You'll play Legend and J-Card pretty soon.
Our ally is under attack. Beacon detected.
Right, and now pushing on to Matt now. Matt does go Stove here. Doesn't go Allied on Dorado. But Matt does have a double upcoming here. Niek coming in as well. Soloz will have to pressure onto Niek here. He's gonna pressure onto the miners here. Ed pulling back. Now Niek is gonna put out the pressure. Niek is dealing with a couple units in space as well. One miner does go down here. Second does get droned. And Soloz will be able to get another miner down here. Another miner goes down here. Niek losing so many miners here. And third miner goes down. Niek is down onto one singular miner. And now selling his MCV onto 3 miners here. He's gonna split up and pressure onto Soloz just to buy Niek some time. But I think Soloz just pulls back there after the damage has been done. One miner left for Mr. Niek. And Ed, they're pulling back his splits. There you go, that's the MCB sell from Vwwww as well. Niek, they're getting hit way too hard. Not sure whether Ed should be could be a little bit more tentative there. Attentive and realizing that he's getting hit on the back door, and now Soloz is hitting Ed on the back door, getting that last war factory out of the way. The game awareness here from Soloz, absolutely amazing. Ed now with no production except for that last war factory. His minus going down as well. Niek trying to pressure up onto Soloz to buy him some time, but Soloz does have enough units to defend, and Ed looks like he can't break through Vwwww as well. Niek still on one miner, hasn't rebuilt any miners left. He does rebuild a refinery though and sell his MCV. Lead coming up from Vwwww here. Vwwww's holding on really well. Ed calling GG. Not calling GG, sorry. Soloz actually taking him out. And Niek as well, going down. Oh. So, alright, let's get the show on the road again. Alright, let's try that again. Nothing happened, chat. I don't know what you're talking about. We're fine. Nothing happened at all. Hi, Path. I'm good. I think I'm gonna take half a day off today. Take the morning off, actually. Because I have work in like 2 hours. I think the match is gonna be still going here. Alright, Ed and Niek down on the left side here, leg side. Then top right. Soloz, bottom right is Vwwww. So Vwwww and Ed will get the oil. So I'm looking to build up here. Soloz actually saying that going one might be a little bit too risky here, so they might not go one. Then they ended up going zero anyway. So war factory's up. Niek may be a little bit late there on his wall. Yeah, I won't be able to stream you and Sherpa, Slavic. Double drone here coming out. One goes into Niek. The other one looking to go into Ed, but Ed does defend it with a sentry gun. So 0 here from Ed, 0 from... Actually, everyone goes 0 here. Yep, absolutely everyone going 0 here. Niek will save his miner. So double drone out of Soloz, not doing too much. The drone does get into his own miner after that double drone. So Niek's 4 rhinos. To Vwwww's is 3. Now 4. Couple corners out as well. So absolutely everything going down to its middle at the moment. Oh, it's like the path, okay. Sorry. So Niek is trying to put on the pressure. All players going 0 here. I think he's gonna move on to top right now. His miner is gonna go down here. Soloz not paying attention. Does lose a miner there after getting repaired from that drone. Ed now selling his MCV. And Vwwww's saying to hold now after Ed sold his MCV. The radar is out from Soloz down on bottom right, so there is a deso to deal with that Connie push. And now Ed moving on to Vwwww's here. He's just prancing around the middle. Niek does throw away his rhinos after dying for that miner. So it's absolutely not worth, but he does slow down Soloz quite a bit here with his eco. Both Soloz and Everyone actually selling their MCV except for Niek. Pinhas, thank you very much for the follow. And Vwwww's now actually pushing in onto that cliff here. Niek is in trouble. He does not have the Rhino numbers for this. Niek trying to get around the back here, but Vwwww's spinning up his units here. Soloz will have to come in and help. It looks like a double onto Vwwww's here, and now Ed going into Soloz's base. Niek and Ed still on the offensive here, even though Niek is down a lot on the Rhino count. Looks like Soloz were able to deal with Ed, but Ed's still holding on. Niek's tanks does go down. The reinforcements coming in is not coming in here. It's still sitting in base. They're very, very slow from Niek. And Soloz now getting help from Vwwww's. Just avoiding that radiation there. Niek should be moving in and trying to help as well, but he is still sitting in base holding. And Soloz saying that he is dead. Obviously his miner did go down there from Ed. Soloz now in the last minute push, last ditch push. He's gonna go on to Niek. Soloz now will just have to hold and defend Vwwww's there. Vwwww's definitely winning his fight there. Once he takes out the barracks, the MCV, the war factory, he can go up onto Ed. Ed now pulling back after Soloz makes a Dipsy Medusal and trying to die for that war factory. Vwwww's definitely now should be leaving Niek alone and helping Soloz here go up onto Ed. And Niek losing his fight. Vwwww's coming in now with an elite as well. He's gonna have to micro the elite away so he doesn't die there. Giving Ed another elite. His own, sorry, elite, not another. But Vwwww's does have a couple of units in base now. Ed backdooring Vwwww's, getting all of his miners down. The base trade is definitely real here. Can Vwwww's hold on for this base trade? It is now onto Vwwww's and Ed. Niek does go down. Vwwww's on the back door does take out Ed's only war factory and the power now. And the split now coming. Halting the war factory. Refinery, 1 health. Service depot, 1 health. There is no Centricus on the bottom here. Ed now 2 units remaining. Does so is there. Does get deployed. Looks like Vwwww's will run away with this in a tight base trade. Very, very tight base trade indeed. Unless Vwwww's elite. Oh no, the elite does go down, so Ed does hold on for a little bit here. No production left from anyone. The total amount of rhinos combining from Soloz and Ed here, 3 all. But the veterans are damaged. So they're gonna have to be very careful here. There is a Deso to defend. Ed has to be careful with his units as well. Oh, down it goes, and the elite comes out from Ed. Vwwww's just take the trade, man. But he is still holding on. The elite now from Ed means that he can regenerate, and those miners will be able to deal with the infantry. That elite, man, was so clutch out of Ed there.
Our ally is under attack.
The miners can deal with the Tesla troopers easy. So Ed have 2 units on the board here. Oh, Vwwww's got his own elite. It is even now. Vwwww's can take the trade. He can send his elite all the way back to take that base trade now. But he's gonna go for the elite rhino, and the elite rhino goes down. Ed.
Player defeated.
Oh, what a clutch there. Elite rhinos galore. What the fuck? Oh my god. So the elites are clutching it out of nowhere. What a play from Vwwww's there. I didn't see that he had a veteran there, so I think he was farming that elite. Oh boy, it's 3-1 now. Yeah, I didn't trade retreat and trap elite, yeah. So maybe I was tunnel vision there. I thought Vwwww's would take the trade once he got the elite just to get the refinery and power out of the way, but He chose to take the fight to the elites, and he did win it. What a clutch. Hopefully not shit spots. True. Alright, Tour of Egypt, let's go. So I see here red and green. So that's gonna be shit spots. Uh-oh. So Niek and Vwww's gonna start on the left side here, but Ed and Soloz here. Ed starting in the middle. Yep, there you go. I was about to say there. Vwww saying that he could start in middle spot, so the scout is so important here, and it looks like he does get scouted. The Soloz will definitely know that Ed is in the middle spot here. Sentry guns have been spammed out here. Ed looks like he's a bit slow to the sentry guns. Soloz does get his second out in a bit. So the fight down in bottom right here is going to be huge from both players. The advantage here is that Soloz has his gems a lot closer, and Ed will have to long distance mine his gems. Yep. All Soloz has to do is now hold. Yep. No, he got an elite out of the miner. Matt got an elite off his miner that he was using for fodder.
Our ally is under attack.
If a drone that gets into the miner, that'd be pretty huge there from Vwww's. But it looks like Soloz will get his run out first. Ed goes for the Deso with the radar. And the fight between Niek and Vwww's there should be pretty easy to deal with from Vwww's. But Soloz now is in trouble. There is a Deso there. So I don't think Ed will deploy his Deso. He will just control shift it throughout. Vwww saved his miner with that drone. Because that's the MCB cell. Ed is in huge lead here. Soloz in trouble. The Deso's there doing a lot of work onto the Connies. The MCB cell Soloz as well. It looks like Soloz just manages to hold on here. Vwww's now with a huge number of rhinos. All players now selling their MCVs. Ed still long distancing those gems, obviously. He does have a radar out. Soloz is gonna try and walk that engineer all the way from the right side. Does Ed spot it? Vwww saying he'll win very soon. Looks like he will. Soloz saying he's won as well. What a tragedy here, Ed. They're getting that upper advantage, but Soloz pulling it out the bag. I think the long distance mining there from Ed. Okay, I take that back. The long distance mining wasn't an issue there. He does have a good number of good money there, Ed, but I think Soloz just bested him with the rhino numbers. Ed committed to that Deso with that radar. And Soloz, god damn, 4-1 now. I think Soloz could have been up top as well, so who knows. Who is Soloz? Soloz is Excalibur, not the map maker Excalibur that we know, but he is Soloz. Caverns of Siberia, Vwww swapping back to Allied, and it's gonna be a top to bottom here. So Soloz immediately saying going 2 minus. Niek and Ed, not sure whether they will take the 2 minus as well. Yep, SM Pros. So let's see here. So Soloz is gonna go double drone to try and drone both of the miners. The question here is whether Niek and Ed will come up with 0 or whether they'll go 2 miners here. But it's very rare that we see both Niek and Ed going any minus. They are known for their aggression. Excuse me, especially Ed. Who is a very aggressive always. So double drone out of Soloz. There you go, Ed immediately going 0. Niek.
Beacon
Since
detected.
we're going a minor. Yep. Niek going 1 minor, Ed going 0. So a difference in line here. As drone dead. Yep. What if that's in pros? I have no idea.
Our ally is under attack. Our ally is under attack.
So Ed going 0, he will be met with a flurry of rocketeers here. He does have flak available. And he does rebuild with his refineries here. And going 1 miner behind that as well.
Beacon detected.
Soloz now can come in and help his teammate push away that frontal push. But Niek is here as well with his units after going 1. He went 2 minus here. And Ed destroying the gems. Love it. I don't care about those. That is true. Gems, that position, really not. In a typical situation, those gems are really risky, so most players often ignore it. So Niek and Ed combining in the middle here. Vwwww's going towards bottom left.
Beacon
So
detected.
Soloz will have to try and hold up Niek and Ed here while Matt does the
Our
damage.
ally is under attack.
And it comes here, Niek going for the
Our ally
minus.
is under
Soloz now coming in to
Our
help
ally is
defend by
under
Ed,
attack.
going on to the War Factory, ulting it actually. So solo defense against Niek. War Factory does go down, but the damage done from Vwwww onto Ed is pretty huge here. Niek does have a couple units in base, but he doesn't micro them to go over and help defend. Ed's MCV goes down, so Ed without an MCV now. Vwwww can now make his way towards the bottom right. Soloz with a lot of units as well.
Player
Niek
defeated.
maybe could have done a little bit better there. And use his units that he had in base to defend for Ed while the 2v1 was happening down onto top left. Now they can double up on Niek. It should be 5-2-1. But it should be 5-1. It might not be 5-1.
Player
But it's
defeated.
definitely 5-1. No. God damn it, Soloz and Vwwww's absolutely unstoppable currently. 5-1. Sandstorm's real name is Luke. That's why I call him Luke. What maps before Lakeside? It was Heck, Dorado. Heck, Dorado, Coldest, I think. Yeah. So Matt top left, Niek top right. It's like at bottom right and Soloz bottom left. So corners game here. So Vwwww's against Ed and Soloz against Niek. Yeah, Berg 5-1. But who knows, man? Niek and Ed will not get eliminated if they lose this game. They will proceed on to that what do you call it, lower bracket. So they might face again in the grand finals, who knows, but they will face a very strong opposition. Yeah, the teams are not meant to be equal in a random sort of matchup. Speed up since going 1.
Beacon detected.
Ed there, forward War Factory placement tells me he might go 1, go 0 actually. Yeah, he is gonna go 0 again. And pressure up against Soloz here. The miner doesn't get droned. So Ed might follow up with his Rhino here. Double drone onto Soloz, yikes. This might be painful here. If Ed follows up with his Rhino, both miners might go down. One from bottom left to you, exactly. So those have to defend again. That one miner does go down. Second one, I don't think Soloz might make it. Will he make it? He does. But Niek coming in now, getting 2 miners out. Lost 2 miners there from Soloz. Absolutely amazing play there. Good teamwork from Ed and Niek both to double drone down the bottom right. And then falling out with a Rhino each to deal with that droned miner. So Soloz now at a huge disadvantage eco-wise. So Vwwww will have to be the one pushing in here. Niek and Ed will probably not have to keep up the pressure onto bottom right if they need to. Or they could double up onto Vwwww right now. I think the doubling up onto Vwwww might be the play here.
Beacon detected.
There you go. There comes the ping. Soloz does have 2 units and a couple units advantage left in base there, but Niek not getting pulled back as well, so that's good awareness there from Soloz. I think the play here from Soloz is to keep up pressure onto Niek to stop him from doubling up onto Ed. Because Niek is known, currently Niek is shown not to be able to micro 2 groups at once here. So while he's attacking, he can't defend as well from what I've seen so far. So that's a disadvantage that Niek has. So Soloz will be able to abuse that by keeping all the pressure onto him. Soloz now sells his war factory. His engineer now walking all the way towards Ed's base. Vwwww sold this wall. Did he sell? He did. Walking energy, hope it works. Yep. The miners are there though, so it should not work. Standoff there between Ed and Vwwww. Niek now getting the gems onto that area. The miner should be able to deal with that engineer. Yep, down it goes. So Soloz does rebuild 2 miners now, and quite a number of rhinos here. Niek should be microing that miner onto the gems. There you go. And Vwwww's going at it here. Vwwww's gonna go for the flag first before sticking his rocketeers in. Fortunately, does not have any rocketeers at all. He does out tank here, and Vwwwww, sorry, but the tank control is not that great. And the Grizzlies versus Rhinos there, proving once again to be pretty unbalanced here. Even though Vwwwww was out tanking Ed still got away the better of that fight.
Our ally is under attack.
Second war factory out for Niek now. Ed still putting out the pressure. He should get a forward war factory here, but I don't think he wants to come into 2 war factories on a small number of rhinos.
Beacon detected.
Soloz now spinning up onto bottom left. Ed can defend that, but 1 miner should be going down here for Ed. Yep, there you go. Couple of snipes here and there. Vwwww's now repairing his units with that NGIV, but Niek slowly having an advantage here over Soloz. After getting that 2 units down. Huge fight here on the left side. Ed still holding on. Even though Vwwww's out tanking him, elite NGIV there. Ed now can walk through in and just overpower
Our ally is under
Vwwww's there, and Niek pushing in as well, up against Soloz. Niek definitely won that fight against Soloz. The tank control is good there from Niek. And Ed does win his fight as well. Soloz saying he's dead. Vwwww's is dead as well. After that miner goes down. Niek now should be ignoring Soloz and going all the way to the top left to help Ed in his fights. Soloz goes down. Vwwww's still holding on here. Does have a plane. Ed's units are injured and damaged. Injured. Damage is the right word. And there you go. Down they go. And Ed and Niek pull back to get their second game onto the board. So first to 8 here. Soloz and Vwwww does have a huge advantage here. They do have 5 points on the board, so they do have 3 matches left. But that being said, Ed and Niek, after getting a huge double drone onto Soloz there, and then keep putting out the pressure onto Soloz, they did manage to win that. So let's see whether they'll do the same thing again here. So Ed top left, Niek top right, so it's gonna be top to bottom here. So Vwwww saying he'll go air. Soloz will need to drone the flag coming out of Ed all the way from bottom right, if he manages to get it out. Oh, okay. More factory placement there from Ed. I thought it was a little bit weird, but I guess he wanted to get his miner closer to the gems. Out comes the Eagles there with the AFC along the Rocketeers. So it's gonna go down onto top right here. The flag does come out from Niek, and Ed goes 0. Double drone here out of Niek. One goes down. So not double drone, sorry, the double drone onto Soloz once again. And does get dealt with here. So once bitten, twice shy. Soloz and Vwwww do deal with that double drone onto Soloz. Ed now gonna push in with 3 rhinos going 0 obviously. Second refinery is out as well along with that flag. So let's see whether he can deal with this. Vwwww just push from Ed. Good dodge out of the Eagle. Second one does not get dodged. Soloz will have to come in and help here by Niek. Fierce opposition from Niek there. Looks like Vwwww might be in trouble here. 2 rhinos. No pulses are out from Vwwww. He seems to be not building anything. Okay, there you go. Now he's building something. But Ed, the pressure onto Ed here from Ed is doing a lot of damage here. Miner goes down. 1 miner remaining for Vwwww. You know, Niek and Soloz selling his MCV there. Niek as well selling. And Soloz can't really help his teammate right now because if he leaves, he's dead. Excuse me. Looks like Vwwww is totally dead now. My bad indeed, Vwwww. Maybe making the wrong calls there. Niek and Ed looks to be taking another match here. Looks to be 5-3. Might be that the double drone onto bottom right was something that they overcommitted to in defense. But Vwwww's definitely gonna go down here. Soloz making a play towards Niek, but he will be backdoored here very momentarily. It should be 5-3. So Ed lost a total of 0 units there. I don't know if you saw. Well, 5-3 now. Cannons? Okay. So Vwwww picking divide, freeze and going front. So that tells me that he has a plan. Looks like he will have a plan to do something here. Let's see what it is. Soloz top left, Niek top right, Vwwww's bottom right, and Ed bottom left. So corners here. So Vwwwww saying he'll go 1, Soloz goes 0. So I'm thinking that the same thing will happen here that we saw early on, which is Ed and Niek will both go 0 onto Soloz with the double drone, and then Vwwww's will camp, and even now with cannons, so it's gonna be even more of a camp. Then Soloz will be the one inflicting the damage. So let's see here whether my predictions are right. So Vwww's saying that they will go 0 onto Soloz, and then Vwww's will go 1 while Soloz goes 0. And it's going to NG? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Oh, yep.
Beacon detected.
You're absolutely right, Steve. Ed will come in with that engineer. Onto Vwww's there. There's a pillbox. This will slow him down if he does get the engineer off. Fortunately, it does not. I would think that the engineer will actually go bottom right instead of the MCV. It didn't work there. Solo's getting a Rhino droned. And added a second engineer. Oh, the drone does get it. Solo's absolutely prepared for that second engineer. Niek now can put on the pressure on the Soloz. 3 Rhinos each. 4th coming out now for Soloz. You know, I can put on the pressure here. Connie's coming out. MCV does get sold.
Beacon detected.
And they are looking to double up onto Vwww's here. He does have the AFC out. Let's see whether a cannon will be made. Soloz can now push in onto Niek there. Niek getting caught out there. The war factory does go down. Another flag incoming here for an engineer. It's gonna go for that refinery. Soloz getting Niek there, but Vwww's refinery does get engineered. That's a perfect opportunity for the MTV there, but it does go down. Vwww's now can push back at here. Saves his war factory as well. Soloz won his fight there. Niek does not have enough eco to rebuild, or the time actually. In comes the conscripts now. Niek saying sorry. Let's see what the Vwww's can hold up against Ed here. The tank control is elite from both players. The Connies will try to go down, take out the war factory, but it does get squished. Alright, at the nick of time there. Niek selling his MCV, droning while we can. But the veterans and elite, so elite does go down either way. And on the back door from Soloz. What a defense there from Vwww's and Soloz. Niek just suddenly trying to go down onto Vwww's, but Soloz was so quick to it. Absolutely quick to realize that Niek will double down onto Vwww's, and he just went in and got his war factory out.
Our ally is under attack.
That NG still available. Out comes a cannon now. It is low power, unfortunately. Oh, the NG does get eaten by the dog in the very last minutes. Vwww's now low on power, so he can't get a cannon working. But the back door is true and done. 6-3 now for Vwww's and Soloz.
Player defeated.
Absolutely dominant out of the team there.
Player defeated.
Yeah, I think Niek just did maybe that's why Niek said sorry, right? Because Niek all of a sudden decided to go bottom right when he really didn't need to. He absolutely did not need to go bottom right at all. But he decided to go bottom right anyway. I'm looking to get a new MacBook as well for my work, but shit. Oh well. Alright. Hack freezes over. Fucking spawns every time, yeah. I think it is a corner game by direction there. Niek top left. Vwwww top right. Soloz bottom left and Ed bottom right. So corners once again. I think maybe Soloz not enjoying the corners game here. Very high pace, very much towards Niek's and Ed's advantage actually. I don't think the only time Ed has gone couple minus here, I think it was maybe on Dorado. Or he went 2 minus, I think. Other than that, he has been on like he's going 0 every single time here, Ed. We absolutely love to see it. Aggro as always comes up for very entertaining matches. So Vwwww's saying to drone Niek's minor, and then he'll go bottom right. So Niek and Ed here, I'm not sure what their plan is. They might try to double up the drone once again, which worked pretty well on Desert Island. So drone gets into Soloz either way. And Ed now actually going 0 once again. He will be pressuring up onto Soloz. Soloz should be able to get it. Sub is able to repair that. But needs to be wary here. Niek as well going 1 minor. It's gonna pressure up onto Vwwwww. Vwwwww just again going defensive.
Our ally is under attack.
Couple of pillboxes to deal with it, and Vwwwww should be able to take that fight, but again he's choosing not to. So waiting for Niek to come towards him and then plant a pillbox wherever it's going. There you go.
Under attack.
So Niek backing off now. Defensively there is some units there from Vwwwww. He's now going bottom right, and Soloz should be pulling up as well. Niek now moving towards bottom left after seeing that they are going to try to double up onto bottom right. Again, communication here from Vwwww's absolutely elite. Now going back to top left, seeing that Niek is going bottom left once again. But Vwwww's again, true and told, one of, if not the best TV2 players out there. His communication and ability to tank and to camp and to adapt to any sort of playstyle is really elite. So Rocketeers out of Vwwww's again. His defensive setup is really good there. Niek again very hesitant to push in there because he knows he's not going to win against that. Vwwww's just inviting him to come in. So that's one thing you want to take note of whenever you're playing Vwwww's. He will go defensive on one end and he will be aggressive on the other, wherever his teammates is in a corners game. So those are trying to split up half of his units, or maybe just 5 or 4 rhinos to go up to top left towards Niek with sniper miner out of the way, or get that power down to slow him down a little bit. And now looking to go on to Soloz as well. The backdoor does get pushed back now, and Vwwwww with his Rocky is now going to his bottom right. There is a flag there, but the fight between Ed and Soloz, I think Ed might win that fight there. Soloz just out tank obviously because he had to split up his units. However, I think the colors are so hard to see. I think that's swapped up there. I think Soloz was the one winning that fight against Ed. So Niek still holding on, Vwwwww still holding on. Again, very campy as per usual. Slow game here on Heck, even though a lot of players still went 0, especially from Niek and Ed. But Vwwww, whenever it comes to a slow game here, Vwwww is absolutely in the advantage. The game is slow and the game is inviting. It is up to his advantage there to control the game actually. You see here Niek trying to go in again and again and again, and it's just not working. He's just not able to do any damage onto Vwwww there. His defensive setup is absolutely elite there, similar to Latov since 1v1s. And then comes the backdoor here from Vwwww onto Ed's War Factory. He is gonna die for it. Well, not die for it. He didn't get any Rocketeers down. But now moving towards middle to grab those gems. He will need to reboot his War Factory as well. The backdoor from Soloz. Here we'll get the MCV out of Niek.
Our ally is under attack.
And Niek very late to reply to that backdoor. The elite comes out there. We'll get a War Factory out of the way. Will Soloz survive with the elite? He absolutely will. And Ed at the same time pushing in while Soloz is unavailable in his own base. But Vwwww, they're smart to plant his War Factory near his teammate MCV to help defend there with a couple of crises. Now Niek is coming to its bottom left with the last bit of its units. Now Vwwww can go in onto top left as well. Also what needs to do now is to hold with his units, try to defend Ed while Vwwww takes care of Niek there, but I think Vwwww is gonna come in and help his teammate here and pressure onto Ed as well in the middle. Rocketeers gonna do some damage onto Niek's unit. The elite now, Rhino coming out from Soloz, obviously from top left now, will deal with Niek's units, and GG is being called. Down they go. Ed dead, Niek dead. And now it is on to match point. If they put up money, they're just gonna attack and finish off. So this is 2 minutes. This minute too. It's not over just yet. There's still one more game, unless I decide to forfeit right now. So Niek saying he's out of here, but hasn't really quit out just yet. So it is 7 to 3 now.
Player defeated.
Right, let's go, match point. So obviously Niek and Ed here are not out just yet. They do have the losers bracket, which I wouldn't call it losers bracket, I'll call it the lower bracket, which they do have a chance to regain themselves and possibly face Ed and face Vwwww and Soloz again in the grand finals. But they will be playing up against the likes of Legend J-Card, Luke and Steve, or Gino and Pizza Guru. So I thought that Vwwww could actually stay allied here, or actually go Korea. Because there is that paradrop available for him. If he does go Korea, he will get the paradrop and the Eagle to deal with, to play with, sorry. So this is one of the instances where I don't think Ed will go 0. He definitely will need to go a minor here. Or I stand incorrected, he will go 0. Yep, Ed will definitely go 0 here. He does not want to fuck around here. The drones getting into Ed and now pressing up onto Vwwww. He will probably try to get a paradrop out of the way, but it does get deployed anyway, the paradrop. gonna go all the way down to top left. And Vwwww's gonna let it die. No sentry guns at all to defend. Tried to get a drone, but unfortunately the rhinos didn't get to it.
Our ally
The
is
Patriot
under
does go
attack.
down along with that drone, the rhino. And now the Patriot down to top left is being ignored there. And Niek now can go on the offensive. Niek's Patriot down to bottom right as well. So Ed does regain 4 minus out of Ed. Vwwww's gonna move his MCV now. And Niek's push does get pushed back with that drone.
Beacon detected.
Oh boy, Niek. There you go.
Our ally is under attack.
So Ed now still keeping under pressure here. He does have 4 minutes on the field.
Our
He
ally
will
is
get
under
that
attack.
MCV off that cliff if he dies for it. The 2 rounds on that cliff will take that MCV. And down it goes. Good trade there out of path. Out of fucking path. Path. Get out of here, path. Good trade out of Ed there to sacrifice sort of 4 rounds and 4 MCV. Soloz now putting on the pressure onto Niek there. Niek obviously no miners left. Soloz will keep pressing onto Niek here. And Ed will push Vwwww's away. So Niek calling GG already. Soloz calling GG as well. Saying sorry to Ed. And Ed absolutely dominant there in that push, but Soloz is just way too quick to deal with Niek there. Get rid of all his miners. And then easy 2v1.
Is under attack.
And that is a game set and match here. It's gonna be ending 8-3. The leg comes to right the end. But Niek and Ed finally defeated here in their run. They will be moving on to the low bracket finals to play either Legend and J-Card or Luke and Steve or Gino and P-Secure. So we will be looking out for that. GG's, all well played. I will now need to rush into work.